to all of those who celebrate, however you celebrate. We like a good Irish holiday for obvious reasons. I'm so glad you're here. I'm Charlene. If this is your first time joining us, welcome. Come in, take a seat, make yourself feel at home. In fact, tell us where you're joining from. Drop your name and your location in the chat. We take the first few minutes before we get started to really go through, say hello, welcome, hospitality. Not only is it a Southern thing, it's an Irish thing, very much so too. It's important to know who's with you, in whose company you find yourself. It's important because you have a vibe. We have a vibe, the bowls have a vibe, and it's all about aligning to the natural rhythms of the electricity that's going on in every moment that we're together. And that's my job, and I take my job very seriously, so I'd love to say hi and good morning. Oh, look at all of our friends here. We're going live on Insight Timer, YouTube, and possibly other places as well. I'm not sure. Jeremy will let me know later. Yes, we are on Facebook Live. Woo woo. Are we on Instagram too? And on Instagram. So wherever you're joining us from, hello, welcome. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Jeremy, let's go through those chats. Oh, Kat, good morning. Happy St. Patrick's Day to you. Namaste, Maria. Yeah, so glad you're here. Arlen, nice to see you. Good day. I hope you're having a great day. Kat from Chicagoland. Full of my Irish brethren. Geraldine, how are you? Joining us from Western Australia. Happy Paddy's Day to you. Yes, you love this, especially being Irish? Well, today everybody is. You're honorary Irish, whether you are Irish or not. Means we're all lucky. Do you feel lucky to be here today? Because I certainly do. I hope you do as well. It's a beautiful day. Not just here, but like alive. To be here in life. I think that's a really beautiful thing to remember. Jenny, good morning from Virginia Beach. How are you? Jenny with an I love that. Beth, happy St. Patty's Day to you as well. Goddess M.O. Grand Rising, I like that. Sending love from Tennessee. So glad you're here, my friend. Hey, Jane in San Diego, good morning, good early morning to you. Thank you for joining us first thing. Liddy, happy St. Patty's Day from Alberta, Canada. Sending emerald green hugs, which we receive. Thank you very much. Lori, good morning and happy St. Patrick's Day to you as well. Joining us from Madison, Wisconsin. She knows I know where you're from. Jane with a Y. Northern California, how are you? Deb, happy St. Patrick's Day from Maine. One of our truly favorite states. I mean, we love them all, I'm not gonna lie. Every place offers beauty if you can look far enough within to find it. Sometimes it's very close to the surface. Sometimes you get to dig a little bit more. But often I find when it's hard to see the beauty at first, it's not because the beauty isn't there, it's because there's something covering it within myself. But I digress. Lori, I love all of your green emojis. For all of our first-timers, feel free to use as many emojis as feels good to you. We love them here. Tanya, good morning. So glad you're here. I hope you're having a beautiful day as well, my friend. I like that little hat. Speaking of emojis. Laura, writing from Wexford, Ireland. The Irish are in the house officially. Love it. The more pure bloods, the better. Luck and love to you as well, my friend. Thank you for being here, Laura. Good morning, Violet from New York. How are you? Super purple, wonderful lady. April, fellow Tampa Bay neighbor and friend. Good morning. So glad you are here. Thanks for joining us. Hey, Pammy Zoo. Good morning to you as well. Geraldine, you're Irish? See? Look at this. We've got Irish everywhere. All over the world. Sandy, good day. Beautiful opportunity again. And we're so glad you're here as well. She's joining us from the desert of Tucson, Arizona. She says the desert has been lovely lately. Oh, so grateful for your magic. We're grateful for your presence. Carmina. She says, today is also the feast of Saint Gertrude. I love this patron saint of cats. All right, I'm done. I'm leaving. I'm done. This is what? This is the day. I've always known I've liked St. Patty's Day. I'm a teetotaler, so it's not for some reasons, which is, fine. But wow, the day of cats. You see, we learn so much when we come together. Quantum physics, day of cats, we're in. Love that. Thank you for sharing that, Carmina. You just totally made my day. Katarina, good morning, and hello to you as well. Pammy Zoo, of course, in Portland, Oregon. Mary from Buffalo, New York, and all of your green accoutrement emojis. Glad you're here. Hey, Heidi. Happy St. Patrick's Day from the land of Oz. Love it. Polly from the UK, good morning, afternoon to you. Christine, good morning from Peru. Hello, my friend. How are you? Getting ready to wrap up the last days of summer before you start to move into the fall. We will be moving into the spring equinox later this week, and of course, we will be back with you live for that too. So I told you March was going to be a fun month. I'll go ahead and tease that. We will be back live this Thursday for the equinox. So I'll be excited to see you there again. Caitlin from Hudson Valley, New York, saying it's a moody and foggy, drizzly day. One of your favorites. It sounds beautiful and magical. Very Irish. Hi, Parik. How are you? I'm so glad you're here. Good morning. Thank you for being here. Hey, Sandy. Oh, thank you. I did just get my hair cut. Thank you. That's very sweet of you to say. Carmina. Cats and pets. Haha. Man, you are on fire today. I love it. You want my job? This is good. That's so funny. I'm going to think about that all flipping day. Aww. Pat says you're happy to be here, and thank you. Our pleasure. I hope you're having a beautiful day, Pat. I love your emojis. Hi, Annette. It's our pleasure. Thank you for joining us. Jessica, good morning from, is that Boston, Jeremy? Awesome. Look at all these Irish vibes floating in this space. Evelyn, good morning to you as well. And of course, good morning to all of our friends, wherever you're joining us from, wherever your present moment finds you. If this is your first time, welcome. I'm Charlene, and I'm so glad you're here. There's no right or wrong way to experience the journey that we'll embark on momentarily. But so you know where we're going and how we're going to get there. In front of you are 20 chromatically tuned quartz crystal singing bowls. The bowls are made out of 99.999% pure quartz crystal. They have different tones, different notes, different frequencies. When I say chromatically tuned, it's basically all of the white and black keys on a piano keyboard for one octave, plus a few above and a few below that as well. But my arms only go so wide. The great thing about the chromatic bowls is that they bring in a different color, a shape, a texture to the sound that we begin to really tap into. Right now, the bowls are actually keeping us centered very much around just a standard C major, but also around a D Dorian scale, which is fun because Dorian is actually often used, the mode Dorian is actually often used throughout Celtic music, so it's no wonder we're really sitting strongly there today. But when the colors do come through, you'll feel them and you'll notice them. And if you're ever curious as to where the colors come from, you can generally consider that they're going to be occurring on the outside of the circle, just like the black keys on a piano sit right above. I do have a few chromatics behind me. We change them out based on what we're doing. But this color that's added to the sound is what further enlivens the experience for you, for us. Because the more color we have in life, the more perspective that is brought to whatever we're looking at, whether it's a situation, a feeling, an emotion, an idea, a sensation. Adding color illuminates the subject of our observation. So as I said, there's no right or wrong way to experience our time together. Because today we will be taking a journey. So whatever you need to do to find comfort and relaxation in your body, I invite you to do that now. I do suggest that you keep your spine as erect and supported as possible, whether that's sitting up or if you'd like to lay your body down, if you'd like to lie down, if that feels better in your system, do it. Some of our friends enjoy listening through headphones. You do you. And just begin by taking a deep breath in, a deep cleansing, letting go breath, before you gently exhale, letting it all go. The greater distance of time we can keep between an inhale and an exhale, the more our heart will slow if the exhale is elongated. In English, that means if we take a shorter inhale, hold that breath in for a moment before we exhale for an extended period of time. How long can you let that exhale last? Your physiology begins to immediately respond by slowing your heart rate. So just begin to witness the pattern in your breathing right now, and where your heart rate is currently dancing. Perhaps it's doing an Argentinian tango and sort of moving all over the place. Perhaps it's settling down into a beautiful interpretive dance. You might even begin to somatically feel your body moving in alignment, the natural pace of the rhythm and the breath. Just letting go of any need to control anything, and as you do, feel your body sink even deeper into the chair, the floor, or ground beneath you, finding perfect comfort, support, free of any tension you might have been holding. So now you're in a more relaxed, calm, and comfortable state. Feeling your body continue to relax as you become more aware of your breathing. And you don't have to change your breathing in any way. There's nothing to do. Although you may begin to notice that your breathing is naturally changing on its own, all by itself. Your breathing may be gradually becoming slower and deeper, all by itself, without any conscious thought or effort. Maybe now you're naturally finding you're taking a deep breath, holding that breath just gently before you let it go, without any additional thought or prompting. Your breath naturally finds its perfect rhythm to move in and out, in and out. And all your conscious mind has to do is to be aware of your breathing as it flows. And anytime you feel your attention wandering, just gently bring your attention back to focusing on your breathing. Because now you're more relaxed, more peaceful, more centered. You may begin to notice certain pleasant sensations, maybe things you would otherwise overlooked, like the coolness of the air that's moving around, tickling and touching an exposed part of your body, maybe your arm, your cheek. The temperature of the air suddenly becomes more alive and vivid to you. You notice how the air, as you breathe in, as it passes over the upper lip, it feels a little cooler. And as you gently exhale, and that same air passes over that same lip, it now feels warm. And I wonder if your attention can follow each in-breath a little bit deeper down into your lungs with each breath. Your attention falling deeper, deeper down, all the way down until pretty soon your attention magically, easily, effortlessly follows each breath all the way down inside. Feel your body sink into the chair, the floor, the ground beneath you, even more deeply. If you have a grounding practice, I invite you to begin that now. If not, think, imagine, or feel a golden cord of light that originates at the base of your spine. It starts where your tailbone touches the earth below you. And you see this golden cord of light begin to descend into the ground below, gently moving downward, falling inward, wrapping and coiling itself around a perfect place in the middle of the earth, somewhere in the ground below you that feels good, centering, enlivening to you. Find that place, wrapping this golden cord of light around the central part of the earth, knowing that anytime you're ready to release any thought, emotion, feeling, sensation, color, frequency, or vibration that no longer serves, all you have to do is think, imagine, or feel, intend for what's ready to dissolve, to melt down this golden cord of grounding light. Here you are safe, you are connected, you flow with your natural rhythms. Taking a deep breath in, holding that breath in as you feel your heart relax before you gently exhale. Welcome, dear traveler, to the realm of mystic gold and emerald visions. Your eyes are heavy and closed, comfortable and relaxed, and you take a deep cleansing breath, filling your lungs, exhaling slowly, breathing in this mystical air that now surrounds you. As you breathe, imagine a gentle golden light beginning to penetrate the space all around your of goodness. Feel this golden light anchoring you to the present moment, to the here and now. Allow the sounds of these crystal bowls to gently wash over you, their harmonious vibrations resonating with your very being, guiding you into deeper relaxation, deeper peace, deeper states of your creative potential. Feel yourself being carried by their ethereal song. Attention now to the center of your head, to the seat of intuition, of visualization, of illumination. In your mind's eye, you begin to visually see a path unfurling in front of you. Now, this is no ordinary path. No, the path shimmers with hues of verdant colors like olive, lime, moss, agate, chartreuse, malachite, sage, pea, willow, kelly, and of course, emerald green. All colors weaving a footpath of ease for your next steps. It's easy to follow this path as it leads you into a lush, vibrant forest, the emerald realm. It's easy to feel the cool, damp earth beneath your feet and inhale the fragrant scent of ancient trees and blooming sacred flowers, their sweetness filling the air. You turn your attention to the air and you hear the hum of an enlivening, mystical energy as if from beyond. There's a sweetness to its dissonance, a perfect combination of light and shadow. As you walk, you notice a soft golden light filtering through the trees. Its light filtering through the leaves, creating a magical interplay of this light and shadow. There's a balance, a natural rhythm between the darkness and the light. And you stop and listen. It's so compelling. How could two seemingly opposite things work in such natural harmony? And yet their beauty is revelatory. This is the golden song of the emerald spirit, a harmony that resonates within the deepest parts of your soul. As you feel its vibrations, you feel the tension in your body begin to melt, replaced by a sense of peace and tranquility. It's so easy to smile, to feel the corners of your lips gently raise as you are called to continue on your path. You continue walking, moving deeper into the forest. Deep within the wooded area, you come across a clearing in the distance. As you move towards it, you noticed in the center of the clearing stands an ancient, majestic tree, an oak tree, its leaves shimmering with an enlivening emerald light. And at the base of the tree, you see a figure, radiant and serene. Something deep inside you just knows this is the emerald spirit, a being of pure radiance and ancient wisdom. You move closer and investigate. You notice that this emerald spirit is neither purely masculine nor feminine. Its form shimmers with an ethereal light, as if woven from moonbeams and emerald mists. Its skin, the color of jade, glows with an illumined coolness, and its limbs seem to move, flow, dance with graceful fluidity. Your eyes direct themselves towards its head, where hair cascades a vibrant green color, almost like strands of ivy, with tiny slivers of silver strands interwoven with locks of pure gold. Their metallic glint catching the midnight light like sunbeams through a forest canopy. The spirit's eyes, the most striking feature, are large, luminous. You are lost in the gaze, almost as if hypnotized, mesmerized by their gentle wisdom and rhythm. The emerald spirit's eyes reflect like polished emerald gems, reflecting back to you deep ancient wisdom that you somehow know to be so true. There's a peace, a tranquility as they sparkle with a knowing warmth, and this quiet playfulness instantly puts you at ease. There's honesty in this place. The emerald spirit's lips curve into a serene smile, its brow smooth and unwrinkled, reflecting a timeless, unending, eternal presence. The emerald spirit is adorned with garments spun from the very essence of the forest. Leaves trees that shimmer like silk, vines that twine as delicate jewelry, and flowers that bloom with an otherworldly radiance. The Spirit's presence exudes a sense of power and tranquility, a being of pure light and wisdom, deeply connected to the heart of this mystic realm. As you take another step closer, the Emerald Spirit welcomes you with an unwavering smile. Feel its energy, a soothing, cooling frequency that begins to calm that fiery inner dragon of yours. Those parts of you that you may be holding on to deep-seated issues or heavier emotions. Sense the difference between this light and darkness. Consider, from the darkness comes our greatest revelations of the light. And this is a part of you. There's nothing to fear. Simply embrace, witness, and welcome this new information, whether it breathes fire or not. Allow these balancing green frequencies of the Emerald Spirit to gently begin to wash over you as your new friend senses these questions that begin to arise within. You witness the Spirit extend a hand, inviting you to sit beside it. As you eagerly take a seat, you feel comfortable. You feel the warmth of its presence. Feel that you are loved, that you are safe, that you are on a path of deeper understanding. The Spirit speaks to you in a voice that's both firm and present. His lips never move. Instead, you hear the voice within, resonating truth and wisdom. And the voice sounds so very familiar. Whispering, reminding you that in this realm, dreams give way to reality. You must simply speak the vibrations, resonate the impulses of your truth. Here, light and dark interweave in perfect harmony. Both are needed to experience the great illumination. All is well. You feel your lips smile as you gently nod your head, for you know this to be true. Taking a deep breath in, holding that breath as you feel your heart relax, you have a sudden urge and impulse as if the Emerald Spirit has just invited you to begin to release any deep-seated issues, any heavy emotions that you may be carrying for whatever reason. Visualize these emotions in or around your body. See them as dark clouds swirling and heavy. As you take a deep breath in, inhale, holding that breath in, imagine these clouds being drawn towards and into the light of the Emerald Spirit. As you hold in this breath, you feel your sacred heart relaxing and the dark clouds shifting dissipating, transforming into a rainbow of lightness and ease, and effortlessly you softly exhale. Seeing these dark clouds shift, turning into rainbows of welcome divine light. You begin to feel the weight lifting from your shoulders. Your mind begins to clear, the burdens easing from your heart. Allow the cooling frequencies of these crystalline sounds to melt and transform away any remaining tension, anything that no longer serves. You are safe. You are loved. You are exactly where you are meant to be. You are worthy of peace and joy. You may see this golden cord of light for which you are grounded into the earth begin to activate, pulling away any of the heavier clouds that might be still lingering, as you see others of these clouds turning into rainbow patterns of light, prisms of goodness across the sky, prisms of perspective, these rainbows shifting, dissolving, and transforming, bringing in new information to you. Bask in this place of comfort and ease. Feeling a little lighter, a little more free, you sit contently next to the emerald spirit. And as you do, suddenly you begin to see visions, things becoming very clear, patterns, images, insights unfolding before you. You begin to notice these visuals. They remind you of something, again, familiar. And you recognize these are scenes from ancient myths and legends, tales of heroes and goddesses, of trials and triumphs, tales as old as time repeating themselves throughout the ages. With a sudden burst of illumined insight, you're catapulted into a scene where you see yourself as the hero in your own story, facing challenges with courage and grace. You witness yourself journey into the valleys of truth, the mountains of justice, the halls of trial, and the peaks of victory. Time moves so quickly, and yet at a snail's pace. In your mind's eye, as you progress through your travels, you encounter many characters. A wise goddess who offers you a gift of inner strength. You meet another noble hero on its mythic quest who teaches you the power of resilience. You bring this information, this frequency into your body. You encounter a playful fairy who shows you the magic of joy. You meet an ogre who reminds you of your true power and how it comes from within. You even come across a rebel who speaks to your formidable fortitude in the face of tyranny. All of these traits, swirling, dancing, inundated your very essence. Witness how each of these frequencies, these begin to harmonize, empowering you, the hero, the ruler of your own domain, as you walk your perfectly defined journey. You see it unfold with clarity and ease. Your visions begin to slow, as if coming back into rhythm with your current body, your current physical makeup. You almost hear the emerald green spirit chuckle as it watches you pull yourself out of this mystical daze. And you begin to realize that all of the encounters that you were just met with, whether you could see them clearly or just feel them deeply, they remind you of your own divine gifts, abilities, and strengths, your perceived limitations that can be alchemized like dust into gold, and the profound wisdom you already carry to navigate any challenge. All harmonized perfectly, light and dark, inside of you right now. Feel the energy of these mystic figures empowering you. Feel the resonance of your special gifts, talents, abilities, and skills that you have that no one else does. No one can do it quite like you can. Your abilities and strengths. Feel these resonate as colors, lights, sounds, feelings in your physical or energetic subtle bodies. Just feel these resonate within you. What does wisdom feel like in the body? Experience it right now. Feel what it is to be the hero of your own story. Hear what would surround you as you walk with a confidence and composure of a hero. Embody your hero's journey right now. Before you gently exhale. Now, your friend, the Emerald Spirit, who has sat beside you the entire time, invites you to dream new life into being. in your mind's eye, begin to see with crystal clear clarity your dreams, your desires, your aspirations. See them clearly, vividly, as if they were already real. They've already happened. They're already here. And notice what else is there too. Feel the joy and excitement of achieving your goals, realizing your dreams. It's easy to taste the sweetness of their coming to fruition. It's easy to hear the crystal frequencies weaving throughout your very DNA, activating your dormant potential, bringing new life and new inspiration to your visions. So these dreams beget dreams, beget dreams, beget more dreams. The process of unfoldment, the process of being alive. Realize and feel what it is to live the life of your dreams rather than just the life you think you should live. These dreams are becoming manifest within you right now, and you feel them coming alive. And deep down, you know that you have the power to create the life you desire. You are the architect of your destiny, the author of your story. It's easy to believe in yourself. It is easy. And it's easy to trust your abilities. It's very easy. It's easy to embrace the magic and mystery already within you that's just ready to meet the light of day. Turn now, smiling, regarding your new friend, the Emerald Spirit. As your gazes lock, your heart stills as you begin to hear these words rolling in on the wind as if whispered, a loving lullaby. May you be blessed with good friends. May you learn to be a good friend yourself. May you be able to journey to that place in your soul where there is great love, warmth, feeling, and forgiveness. May this change you. May it transfigure that which is negative, distant, or cold within you. May you be brought into the real passion, kinship, and affinity of belonging. May you treasure your friends. May you be good to them. And may you be there for them. May they bring you all the blessing, challenges, truth, and light that you need for your journey. May you never be isolated. May you always be in the gentle nest of belonging with your Anam, Cara, or your soul's friend. Taking a deep breath in, holding that breath within, feeling your sacred heart relaxing before you gently exhale. With a humble and grateful heart, give a moment to express this gratitude to this great being, the Emerald Spirit, for walking with you, for guiding you on your journey today. With one final knowing look, the Spirit smiles and departs as if evaporating into an emerald mist. Feel this peace and tranquility that remains. It fills your being. Lightness and ease permeates your soul. All is well. With a smile, perfect satisfaction, you know you can return to this emerald realm whenever you need to reconnect with your own inner wisdom and strength. The golden song of this Emerald Spirit remains in your heart and will always be there to guide you. Now, it's about time to begin coming back to this new present moment. And just before you do, remember that the next time you choose to relax, to meditate, to work in this way, you can relax more quickly, more easily, more deeply each time you choose to listen and relax to the sounds of these chromatic crystal singing bowls. Now, bringing everything that you've enjoyed from today, every frequency, every emotion, every color and sound and smell and feeling you experience that delighted you, everything that helped you feel light and free, mystical and magical, every new friendship, everything that you loved. Bring all of these feelings back into your heart now and carry them with you. If this is your time to drift off into slumber, rest well. Dream sweetly, my friends, and awaken tomorrow refreshed and ready to radiate with a golden glow of healing emerald energy. Sweet dreams. However, if you are ready to come back and enjoy the rest of a beautiful day, come with me now. Begin to come back into full waking consciousness, gently wiggling your fingers and your toes and your nose. As your energies level rise, you feel more alert, starting to move and stretch a little, coming back into your body. You open your eyes when it feels good to you, and as you do, you feel more refreshed, alert, and fully awake, as if you've just had the most peaceful, most delightful, most refreshing sleep, bringing your awareness back to your surroundings. And when you feel ready, with eyes opened, see the golden light of the Emerald Realm walk with you into this waking life. you today a blessing. On that day that the weight deadens on your shoulders and you stumble, may the clay dance to balance you. And when your eyes freeze behind the gray window and the ghost of loss gets into you, may a flock of colors, indigo, red, green, and azure blue, come to awaken you in a meadow of delight. When the canvas phrase and the carrick of thought and the stain of ocean blackens beneath you, may there come across the waters a path of yellow moonlight to bring you safely home. May the nourishment of the earth be yours. May the clarity of light be yours. May the fluency of the ocean be yours. May the protection of the ancestors be yours, and so may a slow wind work these words of love around you, an invisible cloak to mind your life. Taking a deep breath in, holding that breath in, feeling your heart relax before you gently exhale. My friends, may you carry throughout your day the peace, the empowerment, and the wisdom that you have gained on this journey of mystic gold and emerald visions. Friends, how are you doing? How do you feel? I would love to hear in the comments what experiences you might have had. What was that? What did that look like to you? Oh, I see lots of hearts. I trust that means it's been helpful. Wasn't the Emerald Spirit beautiful today? He was lovely. It was lovely. She was lovely. Tell me how you're... Tell me what you're processing. Tell me what's going on. I'd love to hear it in the chat. And as you do, I'd love to reflect back what the bowls really held for us today. They really held us within, as I'd mentioned at the top, were holding us in this tonality around the simplicity connected to a C major scale. In classical music, we think of C major as being just the purest, most accessible, easiest to realize, easiest to assimilate, easiest to hear scale. It's very clear. It's very simple. When you describe it to an instrumentalist, most instrumentalists, especially those playing the piano, it's very easy because it's just the white keys. I don't have to worry about the black keys. There's a purity in the sound, a childlike simplicity. And isn't it always good when we can return back to the most simplest forms of ourself? Because that's where our truth is. So that very much came out today, and we noticed it both in C major, we noticed it in Dorian, D Dorian, which is a mode connected to the C major scale. It also came through very subtly, as well as in some of these harmonic progressions that we really got to get into, which was kind of fun to listen to. I have to say, if this is your first time here, and I'll remind our friends, this ain't planned. The music is very much, it comes in the moment. It's a function of you, of what's going on with you. So this is where we were led today. Really beautiful. And I'd love to hear how this was for you. Hi, Vina. Hello. Oh, hearts. Yes. Or prayer hands. Good. I'm glad that was feeling good to you. Shanna said you went to bed feeling sad. Interesting. Yeah. It's interesting how emotions come up differently for us. It's one thing that that very strongly came through, especially at the beginning when we were looking at that inner dragon. So often it's easy to say that sad is bad and happy is good, or light is good and dark is bad. And yet when we do that, we're saying that half of a coin is worthless, because light and dark are two sides of one coin. Both are needed in order to have the coin. And in this case, that coin is our experience of life. We can have our perspective or our judgments that it's very easy for us as humans to make of that, oh, well, this is definitely better than that. Yum, yuck. That sensation of, I like this, I don't like this, I like this, I don't like this, I don't like this, I like this. And yet, when we polarize ourselves by defining that something is not what we need, oftentimes we lose the message that what this thing we think we don't need has actually come for our benefit, because it's delivering information. It's giving a new perspective. It's saying, hey, you know that thing you say you don't like about yourself? Well, that's me. What are you going to do about it? Because I'm here. Choose what you're going to do with it. A lot of times that's that inner dragon that can come out. And yet, isn't that the place that needs the most love, that needs the most compassion, that needs the most acceptance and understanding? Doesn't mean we have to like it, but it does mean we have to love it. It's a very different process. So when these emotions come up, it's a great opportunity to see them for who they are. I was listening to John O'Donohue earlier this morning and last night. John O'Donohue was a tremendously brilliant Irish poet and priest, philosopher, priest, and mystic, very much grounded in the Celtic way of life. And one of the things that he was talking about was that sometimes emotions will come up and we think it's in the mind, and yet they're really just in the body. And he talks about, from his perspective, the Celtic perspective, is that the body is made of clay. And sometimes emotions and movements and feelings and sensations pass through these bodies of clay that actually aren't from the mind or even the spirit itself. And sometimes it's good just to let them flow through. When he said that, it really, and of course he said it so beautifully and so profoundly, highly recommend you listen to him. It came through so just poignantly perfect. But I share that because there is always this idea of that the things that we sometimes want to hold on to and say that are ours or claim as ours because we're experiencing them, I'm learning that maybe that's not actually true. Maybe those things that we're trying to claim are actually just passing through. And sometimes when you have someone new, let's say we all lived in an Irish village, and everybody knew everybody else, and neighbors were friends, and sometimes not so friendly friends, but you always knew who was coming through and who was passing through, right? So if someone new came through, and they needed to stop for a drink or a drink of water, you can let them drink whatever you want them to drink, Guinness, whatever, I don't care. But the allegory holds. So if they were stopping in for a moment of respite and rest, and you welcome them in, and they don't necessarily have the most pleasant aura about them, right? They may be ushering a heaviness or a sorrow. They're on their own path. And then after a little bit of time, they feel like they can keep going, and then they just leave. Sometimes I think we have to treat emotions that way too, because they're not necessarily just ours. And we, obviously, are part of the collective, so we're all connected all of the time. So sometimes these things that we feel are not ours. And we can process them or let them go as need be for us, what's best for us in any moment. It was a very long allegory and way to say, sometimes these things are ours and sometimes they're not. Do with it as you may. But I understand that feeling of sometimes the heaviness, right? Does anybody else ever feel heavy? Is that just me? Because if you feel heavy, drop some hearts in the chats, because it makes me feel, feel a lot better. So our friend Robin, hey Robin, over on Instagram, hi Robin, I'll see you on Friday. She says it's interesting because you also had sadness or panic in the middle, but worked through it and you feel lighter. That's amazing. And that's true. That's part of that emotional landscape that we all get to walk. Sometimes the landscapes are flat. There's nothing going on. It's just happy, skipping, jumping, and we know exactly what's happening. We know exactly where we are. But then suddenly it becomes a little more hilly and then mountainous. And then some might even say treacherous. But it's our landscape, so nothing's going to happen to us. It's kind of like in a video game. You fall down a cliff. Oh, here I am. I'm back. It's the same sort of thing, right? So sometimes these emotional landscapes in which we find ourselves are the perfect places of information and illumination because they let us know where we're ready to shift, where we're ready to let go. Things that are maybe that we've suppressed, that are lurking, that are coming in, that we're ready to regain our own natural rhythms with, around, and through. Sometimes composure is the greatest thing that we can give ourselves, allowing ourselves to go through whatever that emotion is, whether it's great or not so great. That's beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. Liddy says, wow, it was like a mystical spray wash from inside out. I like that. That's funny. Yeah. Well, we're in Ireland. Everything's mystical. Pammy Zoo, a beautiful way to start your day. Thank you. Thank you for being here, Pammy Zoo. I love that. Maria says, fabulous. What was the poem at the end? Yes, Maria, I'm so glad you asked. The poem, and actually the middle part as well about the friends, the poem about the friendship as well as the blessing at the end. Those are both words from Irish brilliant scholar John O'Donoghue, one of my favorites. I hope you be sure to check him out. Goddess Imo, you've said you felt held and safe as I did as a child. That's so beautiful. I love that. In that place of holding that inner child, holding that inner space, knowing that all is well and everything else is just happening so that we can have greater perspective of how to hold, to be with, to be that perfectly formed inner child, where that spark of divine creativity initiated. Everything else is just information of how we're shaping this beautiful, beautiful little one. I love that. Thank you for sharing that, Goddess. Liddy, she says that explains so much. C major to hear what we couldn't before or to comprehend. Yeah, C major does provide a lot of that clarity. It really does. But it's interesting moving into what we talked about, that D Dorian mode. So basically without going into a ton of music theory, think of it this way. C major, all the white notes on the piano, right? You start at C, you end at C. D Dorian mode, all the white notes on the piano. You start at D and end at D with all the white notes on the piano. And how that's different, because normally D, if you're in the key of D, you're going to play two of the black keys. So suddenly now I'm not playing any of the black keys. What that does is it changes the intervallic relationships between the notes that are played. By changing the pattern, we disrupt our own patterns within our system and provide greater insight to what it is that we are experiencing via frequency, what we're hearing, what we're sensing inside. Remember, frequencies give rise to life, to physical matter. So think of sound as also having the ability to give rise to information within us. Emotions, physical sensations, etc. So the two very much go hand in hand. So Lydia, I'm glad that was helpful. Yeah, and I thought it was very interesting, actually. Sometimes I think that, my classical musician side is like, it's so lazy to play in C major. The bowls are just close to you. Charleene, you should be... Ego, right? So you never know what happens when you get out of the way and let the magic actually happen. Because my ego ain't the magic anywhere, ever, period. Mary, she said, when I imagined the emerald spirit, you kept seeing your late cat Pokey's eyes. Oh, and it's the day of the cats as well. Sorry. So yes, I was having Lots of flashes in there. Pokey was snow white with huge green eyes. Oh, he sounds gorgeous. When he wanted to comfort me, he would look at me with his eyes tilting upwards and slowly rocking his head side to side. He was a very wise kitty. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. That's so beautiful, Mary. Thank you for sharing that. Isn't that interesting? There was one thing that definitely came through a lot, and it was this idea of familiarity. Familiarity of what we see, what we hear, and what we're experiencing. So I love that you shared that. And not only is it St. Patrick's Day, it's also the patron saint of cats, St. Gertrude, right? Was that Gertrude? Yes, because it made me think of Geraldine, our friend Geraldine, who's probably now fast asleep. Geraldine's in Australia. And she let us know today she's also Irish. So lots of Irish and cat things happening today on St. Paddy's Day. Sandy with an eye said that she loved the mystical, magical, healing creatures. The forest and rays of sunshine was lovely. Oh, good. It was quite poetic today. That's what happens on the day of the green. My Irish poet comes out. Otherwise, she's crap. But St. Paddy's Day is a good day. That's so kind of you to say that. I appreciate it. And Sandy says that she felt the resilience. Good. You felt your resilience. Good. You were able to visualize the sadness going down into the earth, into the golden light. It was incredible. Thank you. Wow, I love that. And I will say one last thing about this sadness is that if you've been experiencing sadness, you are not alone. There's been a lot of that going on lately, and for a lot of different reasons. The month of March is a very intense month, because of what's going on in the world around us. Some of you may equate that to the things that are seen. Some of you may equate that to the things that aren't seen. From the place of the things that aren't seen, there is a strong pull of celestial happenings in the sky above us. And whether you give that credence, if you give credence to how celestial bodies move, pull, and affect us in any given way or not, that's fine. But the reality is that just like the moon affects the pull of the tides, so does every satellite within our celestial sphere. And these planets, these celestial bodies and beings are moving in and around us in different ways, pulling us, calling us, summoning forth something greater within us. And it is never easy to give birth, right? And that's what you're doing right now. We're working through a time and walking through a time of birthing a new element of ourselves, of bringing that into the world. So sometimes there is a lot of sadness, a lot of heaviness. So no, you're not alone. And a lot of people have been feeling sad lately. You just seen me yesterday. It's an intense time that's going on right now. We've just come out of a full moon last week, last Friday. Had a lunar eclipse. We've got a solar eclipse coming up at the end of the month. We're in eclipse season. My Lord, the planets are doing all kinds of weird mambo jambo dancy weird stuff. It's all good. Use this as a time to redefine who you are. And y'all know that. You feel that. You feel that's why all these hearts are coming in. It's true. And you're not alone. That's the thing. We're all in this together. Not only are we all in this together, but I am you and you are me. So you got this. Angel says it's the best way to start the week is here with you all. Yes, it is, isn't it, Angel? I agree with you 100%. I love this. Lori says it was magical and transformative with a ton of very appropriate St. Patrick's Day emojis. Love that. She's saying, Lori, you're saying you're having trouble describing with words. I think your emojis were just perfect. I'm going to say that. Mary, that reminds me of the Irish language, yes, of which John O'Donoghue was a very prolific. He learned that as a child and expressed that a lot throughout his poetry and explanations of the wonders of Celtic life. You said that emotions are expressed as something that is on you now, not that you are the emotions. Yes, exactly. Exactly. It's just a color of life. Emotions don't define your natural rhythm, your natural frequency. They can interplay and intertwine. Sometimes they can even push us off of our natural frequency if we let it. But that's our choice. And we get to make those choices. And sometimes we choose to because, I don't know, but we do. And sometimes we can say, well, I see you. Cool. I'm going on, doing my thing. Finding that balance. That is the rhythm of life. Oh, Kathleen says yes, very much yes. Liddy, you said the heavy energy is now processing. Good for you. Give yourself time with that. I think that's the one thing too I love about the Irish language, Irish music, the Irish aesthetic of everything is that it starts a conversation, but then it's up to us to figure out how that conversation applies to me. What does that mean to me and how am I going to use it? So you kind of have to you get all these amazing nuggets and then you think, now what? And then you go away for a little while and you're like, oh, huh? Huh. Oh. At least that's how it is for me. Not sure how to describe that with emojis, so I had to use sounds. I hope that worked. Mickey says, amen, that the heavy energy is now processing. I love that. Liddy, but you're attaching to the sadness or happy ones, but neutral. Yeah, exactly. Lots of shifting energies to release from our body, and the session has helped so much. Oh, I'm so glad, Liddy. Marcy says it's beautiful. Liddy, may the rose rise up to meet your magical week. Hugs to all and to you as well. Polly, thank you for your kindness. Your energy is absolutely lovely as well, my friend. And Liddy, thank you so much. I appreciate that comment of the talented musical energy. Thank you so much. And the bulls say thank you as well, as does Jeremy, my amazing husband who makes all of this look so seamless. My friends, we love being with you. And we are always with you, whether we are here physically or not, because we're connected. And that's not some new age mumbo jumbo. That's actually legit quantum physics. Quantum entanglement, aspects of quantum entanglement, non-locality. And of course, we are one. I will see you again soon. In fact, we will see you on Thursday. We hope you join us at the spring in the Northern Hemisphere equinox, the day of the equinox, where we are going to be connecting to the fire within. It'll be 9 a.m. Eastern Daylight Savings Time. I know some of our UK and Australian friends have yet to shift time, and it's always fun. But be sure to check your clocks. Set those notifications to let you know whether you're on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Of course, I'll send you notifications, which is oh so handy. Also, Insight Timer. If you want to know more about us, you can go to our website, charlene.com. You can also visit us on our teachers page here on Insight Timer. In the links in the bios in both Instagram, Facebook, as well as on YouTube. Just click our profiles. We'd love to have you join us. I want to see you again soon. I love your energy. You make this possible. You make this a reality. You are my magical, mystical emerald dream, and I'm so thankful for you. Now today, may you know that you are blessed. Know that we are walking the day with you, and that you, my friend, are so very, very loved. All is well. Sat Nam.